All right, good morning. Starting day 2 out here. And I'm going to start today by just cutting the rest of these trees in this section right here. This is well, one of the things we want to do is the house is going to sit right up here, and so they want to be able to see those mountains. I think I already said that. And so I want to open this up, and the client was really curious to see what that looked like. So I'll get that here in a little while and send him some video. But anyway, this should be pretty straightforward. Some of these trees are fairly large, but they should all be easy enough to manage. It's just, I just got to get around stuff like that, which is one of the reasons that instead of getting down on this slope and just cutting the rest of these with the machine like I did some of these down here, I think it'll be easiest just to drop them, and I'm just going to drop them up the hill, and I may drag them out a little bit. Like I've got this nice wide spot here that I can grind stuff, but I got stuff like this, like right in the middle of this is this great big rock, and I don't know if that's movable if I put my grapple on or not, but this nice, it's just a nice spot for doing that. And I think I have to look at my line. I think I actually have to take maybe one more tree out up there, maybe a little bit. I think the line he wants to cut goes right up through there, but a lot of these trees are marked to save, so but these down here are going to be the biggest ones, and so all these are going to get dropped up the hill like that. And then I think there's 2 big ones down here. These 2, that's probably the biggest tree that I'm going to cut all day right there, and so I'll drop both of those probably that away. And then I got to cut up this line here a little ways, not all the way up, but just kind of up past that next pole, I think, a little ways. And everything's marked really well up here. I could tell I was working with some kind of, I don't know, engineer or some sort of thing. And I talked to the client last night, about what he does, because I thought, wow, I've never seen anything that was this specified. And it's great because it gives me very specific parameters. And so usually it's not this specific, even if you're standing here pointing at things with somebody. You know, anyway, so I came down here, and once I kind of figured out a system, I knew exactly what to do. So anyway, so I'll cut those out, and then this up here is where it gets sort of tricky, because the line we want to take goes right up through here. If you can see the machine up there, it basically goes right up toward there. But all the red mark trees are not going, so basically I just have to, anything else that's up in there that's not marked, I'll probably just hand cut and drop it. And because this up in here is just a whole big field of rocks right here, it's almost not drivable. I kind of tiptoed my way through it yesterday, but there's a lot of rocks, especially right up in there. So so like this it'd be great to mulch through all this stuff, but I'm not sure that's even going to be possible just because of how rocky it is. But I may, once I get stuff cut, I may actually drag this out over there as well. So I'm going to get those over there first, and we'll worry about this later. So I think I'm going to go, my next move is to get the get the chainsaw out, and I think I'll put my helmet cam on to get the, I messed up my my first GoPro. This is a GoPro 10 that I'm using now, and I had an 8 and I was down at Lift Arc Studios the other day, and I carried the GoPro down there, the GoPro 8 down there in my pocket, and I don't know if it happened then or if it had already happened, but the thing, it turned out, was all scratched up, and I didn't know it was scratched up. But if you watch that video, you can see big blobs all over the screen, and that's because it was scratched up. So I'm not sure what happened to it, but the back screen is smashed already, and so now the lens is messed up. Hey, I got a new friend here. Hey, sweetie, how you doing, honey? How you doing? She's been coming to visit me every couple times a day. So anyway, she likes to check out what's going on. So anyway, so I can't run 2 cameras because my other one's messed up. So anyway, let's get it going. Thanks. Yeah. They're all going that way. I had in my head they were all going that way, but none of them want to fall that way, so we'll go that way. Straightforward enough and easier to control. All right, roll. That's a lot harder than just sitting in the machine running joysticks. But I do love doing tree work. It's really fun. It's weird, it's cold out here this morning. I had my coat on, then I got all sweaty, and I was like, I gotta take that off. So I took it off and I buttoned my shirt up. And I guess it's all right, but I can't tell if I'm hot or cold. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and drop these trees while I'm standing here, at least a few of them. When I get down to 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I might do 4 of them. And then I'm gonna get the machine involved down here just to guide the rest of them down. Shoot! Get the bake saw back out. That was my 261C I was just cutting the branches with. I'm gonna got the 500i laying over there. And so, yeah. Here we go. Right in this way, right that way, perfect. And all these trees want to go that way. It was my intention when I got here to drop all these trees straight that way with the help of the machine, but the wind yesterday was blowing that way pretty stiff. And so it was kind of a problem. I got a few of them down, but the first few that I tried to cut this morning, I tried to cut them that way and they all wanted to lay back on me. I fought with all of them, finally got the machine to push them over, and then I realized this is the direction, and now the wind is blowing straight that direction. So here's to being flexible. on that one. All right. Well, all of the trees that were potentially questionable for something bad happening are all down now, so there's a lot of work to do. I really wish I had another hand for this, but it's mostly going to be mulching, so I got to move a lot of it around though. I got to figure out where I'm going to move it to, but whew. Boy, it sure does feel good to get them down. Looks a lot different up there. There's one more tree up there that's marked, but I'm going to see if I can. I think when I show him a picture of it, he'll think maybe that's not supposed to be there. Well done, it says. 6,500 steps.